Sometimes your dog does something so small, like taking your seat the second you get up, or shadowing you from room to room like your silent guardian, or resting their head on your shoes as if holding on to a part of you. But what if I told you those strange little habits aren't random at all? In fact, after 15 years of studying dog behavior, I can tell you those tiny actions reveal something powerful. They're not just habits, they're emotional messages. We'll decode each behavior one by one. And first up, the embarrassing emergency. Nothing kills dinner party vibes quite like your dog dragging their bottom across your expensive carpet while making direct eye contact with your horrified guests. This mortifying behavior, known as scooting, makes owners want to disappear into the floor from pure embarrassment. But your dog isn't trying to humiliate you or being deliberately gross. They're dealing with a medical emergency they can't solve themselves. Their anal glands have become impacted, infected, or overly full, creating intense discomfort that feels like having a painful rock stuck in your shoe that you absolutely cannot remove. The dragging motion is their desperate attempt to relieve pressure and empty these problematic scent glands naturally. Instead of being mortified, recognize this embarrassing display as your dog's way of screaming for veterinary help because they literally cannot reach or fix the problem area themselves. But if you think embarrassing medical emergencies are weird, wait until you discover the spine-chilling behavior that happens at 3 a.m. and will make you question everything you thought you knew about your dog's supernatural abilities. The ghost detector. Ever wake up at 3 a.m. to find your dog staring intensely at an empty corner, frozen like a statue? Your heart races as you wonder what invisible force has captured their attention. Here's the spine-chilling truth. Your dog isn't seeing ghosts, but they're detecting a secret world you can't access. Dogs hear frequencies up to 65,000 Hz, while humans only hear 20,000 Hz. That empty corner is actually bustling with activity. Mice scurrying inside walls, electrical wires humming, insects crawling through vents. Your dog's supernatural hearing picks up sounds that are completely invisible to your limited human senses. They're not being paranoid, they're experiencing a parallel universe of sound that exists right under your nose. What seems like creepy staring is actually advanced surveillance of their territory, using abilities that would make any security system jealous. But if you think supernatural senses are weird, wait until you discover your dog's secret addiction that involves your dirty laundry. The love addict. Your expensive designer shoes sit untouched, but your sweaty, dirty socks vanish faster than free pizza at a college party. Your dog treats these funky foot coverings like precious treasure, stealing them, hiding them, and sometimes even sleeping with them clutched between their paws. This isn't rebellion or bad behavior. It's pure chemical addiction to you. Your feet contain the highest concentration of your unique scent because of sweat glands, making your socks a concentrated dose of everything they love about you. When your dog steals socks, their brain releases the same feel-good hormones as when humans fall in love. That gross, smelly sock you're embarrassed about. To your dog, it's like carrying a piece of your soul with them everywhere they go. They're literally getting high off your scent signature. Now prepare to discover why your dog treats mealtime like a military operation that would impress Navy SEALs. The security paranoia. Your dog approaches their full food bowl, conducts a thorough sniffing investigation, then mysteriously relocates the entire bowl before finally eating. This bizarre routine drives owners crazy, especially when you've just purchased expensive premium food that should be irresistible. But your dog isn't being ungrateful or picky about their meals. They're following ancient security protocols that kept their ancestors alive for thousands of years. Wild dogs had to carry food away from pack competition and eat in safe locations to avoid being attacked while vulnerable. Your pampered house pet is unconsciously performing the same survival assessment, checking if their dining location offers adequate escape routes and protection from potential threats. Even though they're the only pet in your house, their DNA still demands this careful security sweep before consuming anything valuable. But the post-bath chaos you're about to witness will make you question your dog's sanity completely. The tornado ritual. The moment you finish drying your dog after a bath, they transform into a furry hurricane, racing through the house like they're being chased by invisible demons. They rub frantically against furniture, roll on carpets, and sprint in wild circles with crazed eyes that make you question their sanity. This explosive behavior isn't your dog having a nervous breakdown. It's a combination of pure relief and desperate identity restoration. The bathing experience strips away their natural scent signature that defines who they are, making them feel vulnerable and disconnected from themselves. The zoomies serve dual purposes, releasing intense anxiety built up during the stressful bath, and frantically trying to restore their original smell by rubbing against familiar objects. It's like humans frantically changing clothes after being forced to wear someone else's outfit. They're having an identity crisis and working overtime to become themselves again. Speaking of self-medication, wait until you discover how your dog operates their own personal pharmacy using your backyard. The natural pharmacy. Your dog suddenly develops an obsession with eating grass like it's a gourmet salad, munching away with surprising determination before inevitably vomiting it all back up. This disgusting cycle repeats regularly, leaving you wondering if your pet has completely lost their mind or developed some bizarre eating disorder. But this isn't random destructive behavior. It's brilliant self-medication that dogs have perfected over thousands of years of evolution. When dogs feel nauseous, have stomach issues, or detect digestive problems, they instinctively seek out specific types of grass that act as natural medicine. The grass triggers controlled vomiting that helps clear their system of toxins or resolves stomach discomfort. Your domesticated dog is essentially operating their own four-legged pharmacy, using nature's remedies to solve health problems they can't communicate to you verbally. The vomiting isn't a side effect. It's the intended therapeutic result. Speaking of predicting the future, your dog's next behavior will make you question if they're actually psychic fortune tellers. The psychic alarm system. Your dog suddenly erupts into aggressive barking at absolutely nothing, acting like they're defending against an invisible army. You scan the area confused. No person, no animal, no visible threat anywhere. Yet your furry friend behaves like they're preparing for war against ghosts. This maddening behavior isn't random insanity. It's supernatural early warning detection that puts military radar to shame. Dogs can detect approaching threats through micro-sounds, scent changes, and vibrations 10 to 15 minutes before humans notice anything. They might be hearing footsteps 3 blocks away, detecting a stranger's approach through air currents, or sensing another dog's territorial marking from yesterday that's still lingering invisibly. Your dog is basically a living crystal ball, predicting future events and warning you about situations that haven't even happened yet. That pointless barking is actually life-saving intelligence gathering. But this next ancient ritual will reveal how your pampered pet is still following 30,000-year-old survival protocols. The ancient ritual. Even on the world's softest, most luxurious dog bed, your pet spins around in circles 3 to 5 times before finally settling down to sleep. Sometimes they scratch at the perfectly clean surface first, rearranging blankets and cushions that were already positioned optimally for comfort. This seemingly pointless routine happens every single time they want to rest, making you wonder why they can't just lie down like normal creatures. This behavior is actually a powerful genetic memory from wild ancestors who needed to create safe sleeping environments in dangerous wilderness conditions. The circling motion would flatten tall grass or leaves, check the area for hidden threats like snakes or insects, and help them find the most strategically advantageous position for quick escapes. Your cozy house pet is still unconsciously following 30,000-year-old survival protocols that determined life or death for their species in the wild. Now, brace yourself for the ultimate trust test that happens during your dog's most vulnerable moment: the vulnerability bond. Nothing creates a more awkward moment than your dog making intense, unwavering eye contact with you during their most private bathroom business. This vulnerable moment becomes even more uncomfortable when they refuse to break their penetrating gaze, creating the world's most inappropriate staring contest. But this isn't your dog being weird or trying to make you uncomfortable. It's actually the ultimate compliment and demonstration of absolute trust. In the wild, dogs are most vulnerable when defecating because they can't run, fight, or defend themselves effectively during this necessary biological function. By maintaining direct eye contact with you during this defenseless moment, they're essentially declaring, "I trust you completely with my life to watch for danger and protect me from threats." You've been chosen as their ultimate bodyguard and most trusted pack member. This behavior proves they consider you their most reliable protector. But wait until you witness your dog's incredible emotional intelligence when they become your personal therapist. The healing gift. Whenever you're feeling sad, stressed, or emotionally overwhelmed, your dog mysteriously appears with their most precious toy and gently places it at your feet like a furry therapist. They seem to possess supernatural emotional radar that detects your distress before you even fully realize you're upset. This heartwarming gesture demonstrates your dog's incredible emotional intelligence and profound love for your well-being. Dogs can detect subtle changes in your scent, body language, breathing patterns, and vocal tones that indicate emotional distress long before humans would notice. When they bring you their favorite toy, their most prized possession, they're offering you the object that brings them the greatest joy, hoping to transfer those positive feelings to heal your emotional pain. It's their version of bringing chicken soup to a sick friend. They've learned through observation that play and positive interaction usually improve moods, so they're actively trying to initiate therapeutic activities. Now let's dive into the biggest mystery that drives dog owners absolutely crazy. Here are the real reasons why dogs steal your seat. The first reason might surprise you. Your dog is actually a walking anxiety detector. When they steal your seat, they're literally trying to self-medicate their separation anxiety. Your scent acts like a natural anti-anxiety drug for them. Research from the University of Lincoln found that dogs' stress hormones drop by 40% when they're surrounded by their owner's scent. So that warm seat you just left? It's like their personal therapy session. But wait, the second reason will make you question everything. Your dog is a master manipulator and they know exactly what they're doing. They've cracked the code. They've figured out that stealing your seat equals instant attention. And guess what? It works every single time. Animal behaviorists call this operant conditioning. Your dog has basically trained you to give them attention whenever they want it. Who's the real master here? Now here's where it gets scientifically fascinating. Your dog is literally stealing your body heat, and there's a mind-blowing reason why they're obsessed with it. Dogs' normal body temperature is 101 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit. When you get up from your seat, you leave behind a perfectly warmed spot that's closer to their ideal temperature than the cold floor or couch. But here's what's really fascinating. They're not just seeking warmth, they're seeking your warmth specifically. Because your body heat carries something special, your unique scent signature. This next reason honestly made me tear up when I first learned about it. Your dog doesn't just love you, they're literally addicted to you. Scientists at Emory University did brain scans on dogs and found something incredible. When dogs smell their owner's scent, the same brain regions light up as when humans feel love. They're not just comfortable in your seat. They're getting a literal hit of love hormones, oxytocin and dopamine, just from being surrounded by your scent. So when your dog steals your seat, they're actually getting high off your love. How amazing is that? And the final reason will completely change how you see this behavior forever. Your dog is making a statement about pack hierarchy, and it's not what you think. They're not trying to dominate you. They're actually showing the ultimate sign of respect and trust. By taking your seat, they're saying, "I trust you so much that I feel safe in your territory." In wolf packs, only the most trusted members are allowed in the alpha's resting spot. Your dog is basically saying, "I belong here with you." This behavior is actually a remnant of how wild dogs and early humans first bonded. Sharing sleeping and resting spaces was the foundation of the human-dog relationship. When your dog takes your seat, they're participating in an ancient ritual that says, "We're family, we're pack, we belong together." It's not just cute behavior. It's a declaration of love that spans millennia. But we're not done yet. Prepare for something hilarious as your dog transforms into a furry gladiator fighting an unwinnable war. The Shadow Warrior. Your dog suddenly spots their own shadow and transforms into a furry gladiator, chasing, pouncing, and attacking this mysterious dark figure that perfectly mimics their every movement. They spin in frantic circles, trying to catch it, bark aggressively at the elusive target, and seem genuinely baffled when it disappears in dim, lighting conditions. This comical behavior makes your dog look like they've completely lost touch with reality, or developed some kind of neurological disorder. But this isn't mental breakdown. It's a fascinating collision between ancient hunting instincts and visual confusion. Dogs have difficulty understanding that shadows are simply the absence of light, rather than actual solid objects they can capture. Their predatory drive kicks into overdrive when they see something moving that triggers their chase response, but can never be successfully caught. The shadow's unpredictable movements create an endless, impossible hunt that becomes psychologically addictive. But this next behavior will make you cringe as your dog transforms into an overly enthusiastic investigator. The Private Investigator. Your dog has absolutely zero shame about shoving their nose directly into visitors' most private areas, conducting thorough investigations while you die of embarrassment. No amount of training, scolding, or social correction seems to prevent this mortifying behavior that makes every guest interaction awkward and uncomfortable. But your dog isn't being perverted, rude, or deliberately inappropriate. They're actually conducting sophisticated social intelligence gathering that humans can't access. A person's crotch area contains the highest concentration of scent glands and pheromones, creating a chemical information database that tells your dog everything about that individual. One strategic sniff reveals emotional state, health status, stress levels, diet, whether they have other pets, and even their general personality traits. To your dog, this intimate investigation is equivalent to humans exchanging business cards and having lengthy conversations. They're simply using their most effective communication method to properly meet new people. Now witness something that looks like a medical emergency, but is actually a neurological glitch. The invisible itch. Your dog suddenly erupts into frantic scratching at seemingly nothing, attacking empty air with their back leg in rapid, violent motions that sometimes knock them off balance. They twist and contort their body desperately, trying to reach an itch that doesn't appear to exist anywhere, creating a bizarre spectacle that looks like they're fighting invisible fleas or experiencing some kind of neurological episode. This disturbing behavior can last for several minutes and makes you wonder if your dog is having a medical emergency or mental breakdown. What's actually happening is that your dog is experiencing phantom sensations caused by their nervous system sending false signals to their brain. Stress, anxiety, excitement, or muscle memory from previous itching episodes can trigger these ghost scratches that feel completely real to your dog. It's similar to how humans sometimes feel phantom phone vibrations when their device isn't actually buzzing. But prepare for the ultimate chaos when your dog activates their military-grade security system over a simple doorbell. The Security Meltdown. The moment your doorbell rings, your normally calm, well-behaved dog transforms into a barking, howling tornado of pure chaos that would make emergency sirens jealous. They race to windows, jump on furniture, and create such an intense commotion that you can't even hear who's at the door or hold a conversation. This extreme overreaction seems completely disproportionate to a simple doorbell sound, making you wonder why such a small noise triggers such massive drama and destruction. But this isn't panic or overreaction. It's actually military-grade security protocol activation. The doorbell represents unknown potential threats approaching their carefully guarded territory, triggering every protective instinct they possess simultaneously. The high-pitched sound is specifically designed to demand attention, and it activates your dog's alert response at maximum intensity level. They're essentially sounding battle stations and mobilizing the entire pack, your family, to deal with possible danger approaching your fortress. And finally, discover why your dog turns treat time into an elaborate treasure hunt that would confuse even the smartest pirates. The Survival Banker. You present your dog with a special treat or valuable bone, expecting them to devour it immediately with grateful enthusiasm. Instead, they carefully carry it around the house like precious cargo, frantically searching for the perfect hiding location while you watch in confused frustration. They dig at carpets, push pillows around, and finally bury their treasure in the most random, illogical places. Sometimes forgetting the location entirely and leaving you to discover moldy bones weeks later. This maddening behavior transforms simple treat-giving into an elaborate treasure hunt that often results in wasted food and mysterious smells throughout your house. But your dog isn't being ungrateful or wasteful. They're following powerful survival instincts inherited from wolf ancestors who had to hide excess food from competitors and save resources for lean times. The more valuable they perceive the treat, the more elaborate their banking ritual becomes. They're creating personal food insurance policies for imaginary emergencies that will never come. So there you have it. 15 mind-blowing secrets your dog has been hiding from you this entire time. But here's what I need to know right now. Which behavior absolutely shocked you the most? Was it the ghost detector at 3 a.m.? The love addiction to your dirty socks? Or maybe the ancient seat-stealing ritual that spans 30,000 years? Drop a comment below and tell me. And now I finally understand why. I read every single comment, and I'll personally respond to as many as possible. And if your dog does something even weirder that I didn't mention in this video, describe it in the comments, and I'll solve that mystery for you too. I'm like a dog behavior detective. No case is too strange,